I have not received any response or correspondence from the two units of government, Cedar Lake and Schererville, that have not signed. But I will defer to Attorney Bennett. Maybe you've received some more communication from the new attorney that's representing those units of government.
I've been contacted by both the Attorney General's office. Matt Light, the Deputy Attorney General, contacted me a few weeks ago to discuss what was the intention on behalf of the county in the request from Cedar Lake and Schererville to attend a mediation session, and what specifically were the issues out there. It was my impression from the Deputy AG that he was under the belief that there was a specified dollar amount that things were apart, or there was an issue of control or an acquiescence to there being two centers in the county, things of that nature. And I expressed to him that from my perspective, everything that we legitimately, factually know is that there was an interlocal on the table before those two communities and that they have voted not to sign it. But there has not been anything that has come back in the form of a counteroffer from those two communities of wanting, X, Y, and Z. I discussed with him the fact, and in this, let me digress for a moment, also received a phone call about a week later from a new law firm, two attorneys who are representing Schererville and Cedar Lake in the 911 capacity. And we had a lengthy telephone conversation, much to the same effect, because they also had spoken with the AG, and it was trying to identify what are the issues, and they were coming up to speed on what was going on and what their understanding was. So these conversations kind of paralleled each other, although they happened at different times. Going on then, the discussion of what would be the AG's role in coming to Lake County to conduct this loose phrase of mediation, whether or not this is mediation is, I know, and the Deputy AG knows in the sense of legal mediation, contracted rules, powers that make the decisions are the ones that they're, that type of situation, or are we talking an open forum, discussion where everyone has a say and then the AG provides their opinion. And I did not get a answer to any of these. It was more, like I said, of a discussion back and forth of what can we provide, meaning from the AG, as well as what they're willing to provide once they had more information. The Deputy Light was not aware that there was not a specific, like I said before, dollar amount or identified issue other than we have 200 locals that are not signed by all 17 units, and beyond that, everything has been talked about very much in theory. So that was kind of what the conversation was left with him. He was going to continue getting information and get back with me. My conversation went a little bit further with the attorneys on behalf of Cedar Lake and Schererville, but I expressed the same situation to him, that there have been questions that have been posed, answers that have been provided. If there are additional questions, by all means, let me know, let the commissioners know, let Jack and Brian know, so that those questions can be answered, so that there isn't something outstanding. But otherwise, we talked about rumors of AT&T lines, rumors of access to the radio system, frequencies, whether or not it's money relating to building out a backup, whether or not they wanted to be a second site, a dark. These are all the discussions that we get from the press, that rumors happening, but that there has not been anything in writing, a request, a demand, a compromise, a counter. And we all agreed, all three of us, that 200 locals that, or the county or local that lays out how all this is funded and what would be the contribution from Cedar Lake and Schererville. The response of the interlocal from Schererville and Cedar Lake, if you want to call it that, was not a counter. It was theory of what they want to do, but if that's the situation, then under that proposal, it's separate and apart, and there is no joining, and there is no shared money, and there is no shared services. And if that's it, then that's it. I just requested from him, let us know. Put something out to the county so that then there is a discussion that can be had, or countered, or rejected, or accepted. And then likewise, shared with the AG, so the AG then knows we are $50,000 apart in 3 lines, or we are, there's no counter and it is separate, or there is no acceptance and it is, here's the dollar amount and here's how this needs to happen. So it's it was more of a, I think, information sharing than it was solution by any means.
You think we're making progress? I mean, you're sitting right there. You think we got anything going?
I always think sometimes that new approaches, new opinions can sometimes shed some light, and that I'm hoping these 2 gentlemen can at least pinpoint and say, what is it? And let's put it out there, or at least to make that attempt to do so. And if the answer is specifically from Cedar Lake and Schererville, no, we're not doing that, or we did with our interlocal, then at least then we know then this is where we're at, and we proceed as is. Alternatively, where this is going to go, I'm waiting for a response, and that's kind of how we left it, was please get back with me with something that I can then present. Much the same situation with the Deputy Attorney General, was let me know if I can provide you more information, and once this is at a point of being able to have a discussion, if possible, he said, I need to get more information, and it kind of left open-ended there of.
Did you put any time frame at all? I mean, it's maybe saying, we'll call you in a week or 2 weeks or a month or.
No, and in fairness to these 2 attorneys, specifically talking about them, I'm not sure, I'm not gonna put either of our chiefs in the hot seat here. I'm not sure how that dynamic is working in the sense of, the consensus between the 2 councils giving the same direction to 2 different attorneys, where that's at, even if there's consensus there. I can't speak to that.
12 councilmen in the same room is almost like 3 attorneys in the same room. I got it.
Almost
Yeah.
Well, then I would pose this question, and I'm not sure that
I mean, I like,
we're going to get any closer to an answer, but
she'll do good.
we talk about being penalized for $2.6 million because this interlocal is not signed by all the agencies.
But we have an answer on that, if you recall. The money, they took action, the state took action and said that they're gonna hold it. They've modified it and it's not a forfeiture, they're holding it until there's consolidation. So is it a loss at this point? It's clearly a delay, it's clearly an abatement, but, that is hopefully going to come back our direction when something happens, whatever that outcome may be.